Hi everyone, this is Selena Kraus and welcome to another card video. In this video, I'm featuring Trinity stamps and couple stamp set along with a stencil set. So let's get started. I'm using the Crafter's Heart along with Sunflower Bouquet Builder. So I'm just using a tiny sentiment from the Sunflower set, and then I'm using the main image and a sentiment from the Crafter's Heart, and I'm using the layered heart stencils. So I have a piece of white cardstock here. It measures 5.5 by 4.25. I'm positioning it in my MISTI. I'm gonna stamp that large heart with all the crafty things in it using Versamark ink, and then I will emboss it in white. So I'm just trying to center it to make sure that I have it nice and centered. I'm using the anti-static powder pouch to make sure that I don't have random white speckles onto my card, and I'm stamping a couple times using the Versamark ink. So I decided to go one more time and stamp again. I'm just pressing to make sure that I have nice coverage with that Versamark ink. Next, I will grab my white embossing powder, pour over the image, and then we are gonna heat set it. Kind of melt that embossing powder. So I think that looks good. I'm just shaking off the excess here from the embossing powder. I'll just put a cutting board that I use for embossing or when I'm working with heat over my glass mat, and quickly melting that embossing powder. So I think this is good. And now we can mask it off with the stencil. So this coordinates with the largest heart from the stencil set, the layered heart stencil. I'm grabbing some post-it note post-it tape. At the same time, I'm securing it to the panel, and I'll use the same tape to mask it off. So I'm grabbing a bunch of inks. I'm using Butterbur, Pale Tomato, Fresh Peach, Soft Apricot, Bubblegum, and Ombré Hydrangea, and I'm using the life-changing blending brushes to apply the ink to the paper. So I grabbed the soft apricot there. I just wanted to have more kind of smoother transition between the colors. I was going from yellow to red, so I wanted to add orange. Now we're going from red to pink. And then I'll add some hydrangea, the lightest shade from that Ombre Hydrangea ink, which is the lightest purple. Again, I'm going to the bottom and blending of that heart and blending everything together. Again, I'm going with the orange and the peach and the yellow, the butter bar. Now I'm wiping it off with a soft cloth to reveal that white embossing powder. I still had some ink stuck on it, so that kind of made it more stand out. Next, I trim my panel to 4 by 5.25. And next we can stamp the sentiments. I'm using pitch black cardstock. I'm using Crafty Friend from the layered, the Crafty Heart, the Crafter's Heart set, and Thinking of You from the Sunflower or Bouquet Builder set. Again, I stamped it with Versamark ink. I'm applying white embossing powder, and then I will heat set it. I'm going from the back to make that embossing powder stick to the cardstock instead of if I was going from the top. I'm risking if the heat tool is not heated enough, it will just blow off some of that embossing powder. When I'm going from the back, make sure that it sticks nicely to the card and gives us more solid white impression. Next, I had a piece of black cardstock that I scored in half to create side folding black note card. I scored in 4 1/4. Next, I'm going to use foam foam, not foam foam, but foam tape to adhere the sentiments. I'm using T-ruler to make sure that they're straight, or that they're parallel with the bottom of the card or the top. So turn it around and I'll do the thinking of you as well. So next I'm adding some adhesive on the back, and I will add a piece of fun foam that I've already cut down to size. I'm adding some liquid adhesive and adhere that to the black note card that we created. So to finish off the card, I'm just adding some rhinestones. So I'm adding some liquid glue and just dropping the rhinestones with a jewel picker in the little dots of adhesive. I apologize there for my head. I was trying to see what I'm doing. And here's our finished card. So that's it for today, and don't forget to visit my blog for a discount code for Trinity stamps, and also click on the subscribe button for more ideas and inspiration. Thanks for watching. See you soon in another video. Bye!